A Question of Trust, by Victor Canning. Everyone thought that Horace Danby was a good, honest citizen. He was about 50 years old, and unmarried, and lived with a housekeeper who worried over her health. Horace was well and happy. But in summer, he would have attacks of hay fever. His occupation was to make locks, and he was good at his business, enough to have 2 workers. Yes, Horace was good and respectable, but not completely honest. 15 years ago, Horace served his first and only sentence in a prison library. Actually, he loved rare and expensive books. So he robbed a safe every year. Each year, he planned what he would do, stole enough money, and secretly bought the books he loved through an agent. He is walking in July sunshine.
I'm sure that this year's robbery is going to be successful, as all the others. For 2 weeks, I have been studying the house at Shoulder Grange, looking at its rooms, its electric wiring, its paths, and its garden. The family has gone to London and will not return before a month. And this afternoon, their 2 servants have gone to the movies. This is the perfect time to rob. I have a little tickle in nose because of hay fever.
He came out from behind the garden wall, his tools carefully packed in a bag on his back.
There were about £15,000 worth of jewels in the Grange's safe. If he sold them, he could get enough for another year. 3 very interesting books were coming up for sale in autumn. Now, he'd get the money to buy them. He had seen that the housekeeper hung the key on the kitchen door on a hook. He took the key and opened the door. He was always careful not to leave any fingerprints. A small dog was lying in the kitchen.
All right, Sherry.
It moved its tail in a friendly way.
All you have to do to keep dogs quiet is to call them by their right names and show them love.
The safe was in the drawing room, behind a painting. There was a bowl of flowers on the table. Because of hay fever, Horace felt his nose tickle.
He put down his bag and arranged the tools.
I have 4 hours before the servants arrive. The safe is not going to be hard to open. After all, I have lived with locks and safes all my life. The burglar alarm is poorly built. I'll cut the wire in the hall. How foolish people are when they own valuable things. A magazine article had described this house, giving a plan of all the rooms. The writer even mentioned that the paintings hid the safe. Then, a voice came from the doorway.
What is it? A cold, or hay fever?
Hay fever.
You can cure it with a special treatment, you know, if you find out just what plant gives you the disease. I think you'd better see a doctor if you are serious about your work. I heard you from the top of the house just now. Down, Sherry. Anyone would think I had been away for a month. However, I came back just in time. Though I didn't expect to meet a burglar.
I didn't expect to meet one of the family.
I know what inconvenience it is for you to meet me. What are you going to do?
My first thought was to run.
Of course, you could do that. But I would telephone the police and tell them all about you. They'd get you at once.
I would, of course, cut the telephone wires first, and then I would make sure that you could do nothing for some time. A few hours would be enough.
You'd hurt me?
I think I was trying to frighten you when I said that.
You didn't frighten me.
It would be nice if you would forget you ever saw me. Let me go.
Why should I? You were going to rob me. If I'll let you go, you'll rob someone else. Society must be protected from men like you.
I am not a man who threatens the society. I steal only from those who have a lot of money. I steal for a good reason, and I hate the thought of prison. Look, I have no right to ask you for anything, but I am desperate. Let me go, and I promise never to do this kind of thing again. I really mean it.
You are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you? I have always liked The wrong kind of people like you.
She picked a silver box and took a cigarette from it. Eager to please her, Horace took off his gloves and gave his lighter to her.
You'll let me go?
Yes. But only if you'll do something for me.
Anything you say.
Before we left for London, I promised my husband to take my jewels into the bank. But I left them here, in the safe behind me. I want to wear them to a party tonight. So I came down to get them. But
You've forgotten the numbers to open the safe. Haven't you?
yes,
Just leave it to me, and you will have them within an hour. But I will have to break the safe.
don't worry about that. My husband won't be here for a month, and I'll have the safe repaired by that time.
Okay.
And within an hour, Horace opened the safe, given her jewels, and gone happily away. For 2 days, he kept his promise to the kind young lady. That is, he didn't steal anything for 2 days. On the third day, when he began to plan to steal from somewhere else. You are under arrest. Do you remember? He took off the gloves to light the cigarette for the lady. His fingerprints were all over the room.
But the wife of the owner of the house asked me to open the safe for her.
This story is nonsense. I'm the owner's wife.
But why was he arrested, even though he didn't steal the jewels? Because all the jewels were stolen by that young lady who fooled Horace by pretending herself to be the owner. Now, Horace is the assistant librarian in the prison library. He often thinks of that clever lady who was in the same profession as he was. He gets very angry when anyone talks about honor among thieves. Please like and share this video. Also, subscribe my channel for more awesome videos